Hi, I'm Steve at the Carmichael Workshop, and I ordered a brand new Dewalt scroll saw. So hang out with me today while I unpack it and make my first project. Alright, I got the scroll saw put together and it was really easy to do. It only took a couple of bolts to fasten the tabletop to the saw, and that was it really. The only issue I had was the speed control knob up here that changes the speed of the saw. There was a loose connection underneath or something because it wasn't working quite right. So I took this plastic casing off, saw there was a little plugged connection there, and just made sure that was seated really well, and put it back on, so now the speed control works great. So that's really the only minor issue I had. I wanted to mention one other thing. One of the guys in my local club here, the Gwinnett Woodworkers, he sells these scroll saw comfort knobs, and these are knurled aluminum machined knobs that make it a little bit easier to turn these knobs here that come with the Dewalt saw. It makes it easier to turn these so you can loosen it and loosen the blade and put it back on. And he sells them in two sizes, a small and a large size, and each one has a set screw that requires a 3/32 inch Allen key to basically slip it over the knob here, and then you tighten the Allen screw there. So I'm going to put these on. And if you're interested in finding out more information about these, I'll include his contact information in the video description below. Here are the small and large comfort knobs, and on the back you can see the recess that's cut out that allows these to slip right over the standard Dewalt knob. Now for the large one, you can just slide it on and then tighten the little set screw to hold it on. But for the smaller one, you will have to sand the ends of the standard knob in order for it to slide over easily, and then you can just tighten the set screw. Now there's two sizes because it's recommended you put the smaller one on the top to allow clearance for your workpiece and your fingers, and the larger one on the bottom, but you can interchange those if you want to. These knobs are a lot more comfortable than using the standard Dewalt ones. So if you're interested in more info, don't forget to check down below in the video description for the contact info on where you can get these. They're not a sponsor, and I'm not getting paid for this. I just thought it might help you out. So now it's time to make my first project on my new Dewalt saw. I'm making this project out of some 3/4 inch cherry, and I found this bear pattern over at Steve Good's website, which is scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. And I'll include a link to his website in the video description below as well. It's a great place to find a ton of free patterns if you're just getting started. So let's get started on this project by drilling our starter holes. Well, I have to say I'm really impressed with this new saw. It's so much easier to use than this old Craftsman saw. I was able to complete this bear project pretty quickly, and it came out with nice clean edges. It only required a little bit of sanding, and I just sprayed it with lacquer, and that was pretty much it. And I was able to do a lot more detail than I can normally do with the old Craftsman saw. I have completed some projects with Craftsman saw, like my sign back here, but nothing quite this detailed. So this is going to make a huge difference in my shop. And it did come with a couple of blades. I wasn't sure if it would come with blades or not, but it does come with 2 small blades, and that's what I used to cut out this project. I didn't break any blades, and I found it real easy to make hairpin turns and everything. Real sharp corners with the new saw. So I'm looking forward to doing some more projects with it. Now that I've finished my first project on the saw, there are a few things I'd like to mention. First of all, it comes with this hold down attachment that I think doubles as a blade guard. And I really quickly decided to take this off and not use it. It seemed to get in my way more than anything. So it's really just a personal choice whether you want to use this or not. I really like the air hose that blows the dust away from your cut lines so you can see them. That's something I didn't have on my old saw, and I was constantly having to blow the dust away myself. And sometimes I couldn't because I was wearing a dust mask. So that's a really nice feature. I love how you can quickly take the tension off the blade, loosen it up, stick it through a new starter hole, tighten it back, and apply the tension again. You can do that really fast and get through a project really quickly. So that's nice, and I am going to build a stand for it. I found after standing up and using the saw and being hunched over, it only took about 30 minutes to get fatigued. So I'm going to build probably a low stand where I can sit in a normal size chair or stool and have a nice long cutting session. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today while I try out my new scroll saw here on my wife's side of the garage at the Carmichael workshop. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for me or my new saw, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get right back to you. I'd love to find out where you guys order your pinless scroll saw blades and what kind of blades you use for different projects. Any info you could give me would be much appreciated. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I'd like to welcome you and invite you to subscribe to my channel for more fun projects like this one. Also, don't forget to follow me over on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all of those other places. Don't forget to click the like button if you like this video and share it with your friends. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.